Good morning, church. Happy Tuesday. We're in Jonah chapter 3 today, and we're picking up where we left off in verse 3 yesterday. Jonah obeyed the word of the Lord. Finally, he obeyed God after all of that, and he went to Nineveh. Now, Nineveh was a very large city, and we kind of already talked about that in chapter 1. Now, Nineveh was a large city. It took 3 days to go through it. So Jonah didn't just go to the city square and just give his message. He went all the way through the city talking to different groups of people, maybe went to different, what we would call counties and different little small pockets of areas, and he talked to it because it was pretty large. So he began by going a day's journey into the city, proclaiming 40 more days and Nineveh will be overthrown. That was the basic message, that if you don't repent, if you don't submit to God and His will, you're going to be overthrown. And the Ninevites believed God. A fast was proclaimed, and all of them, the greatest to the least, put on sackcloth. And that's where we're going to kind of stop as far as the reading today. Now, what you're seeing here is a people who, again, they live in a culture, a polytheistic culture, and yet, because Jonah was an Israelite, a Hebrew, he came proclaiming the God of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, and that he was going to overthrow them. They were quick to repent and get on the sackcloth. We're going to talk about that a little bit tomorrow when we see it. We're going to see a zoom in, because you're going to see what happens to the king of Nineveh and how he actually is the one who makes a proclamation for the city to do exactly what it says here in verse 5, that they believe God and a fast is proclaimed. So a fast was proclaimed. We're going to leave that in there just for fun. So a fast is proclaimed by the king, and so we're going to talk about fasting and ashes and sackcloth tomorrow. But just know this, that Jonah is following through in his obedience. Okay, just like he ran hard from God, now he's working hard for God. That's just showing a change of mind and a change of direction and focus, and he's now being obedient. And that's what I want us to see today, is Jonah's obedience lived out. And I don't want you to forget, Jonah's human. So we're going to watch him kind of go back and forth on this whole spiritual growth thing that we keep kind of throwing at you. So just keep an eye on Jonah's being obedient now. He was totally disobedient in the first 2 chapters. We're going to see what happens as we keep going. Thanks.